Hey guys, it's Paradise, and everyone loves a game that comes out of nowhere and looks like it has the potential to blow your socks off. Well, at a recent Xbox showcase, we got to see one of these type of games, and we know many of you are just as excited for this one as we are. We posted this tweet just after the trailer was revealed, and well, you guys blew it up. But for those that didn't catch the showcase or had a chance to watch the trailer yet, this game is called Expedition 33. Its full name is actually Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and it's an RPG that is taking inspiration from JRPGs. The game does look pretty amazing, but we don't know much about the studio or the overall premise of it. But just from looking at the trailer, you can see it is very beautiful, wacky, and mysterious. You'll be happy to hear though that the devs have released a ton of information about the game, revealing some of the secrets of its world and gameplay. So because we're very excited at the potential of this game, we went hard at digging through all of the information to condense it into one hopefully helpful video for you guys. But here's where we need you. What are your wildest theories about the game's story? Which of the features are you most excited to see? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's see which one of you came up with the best theory or spotted the coolest details. Plus, we might just feature some of your comments in our next video, so let's get the conversation started because this is a game we're excited for. First up, what is Expedition 33? Let's go over an overview because it's an upcoming, reactive, turn-based RPG that will be releasing on Xbox, PlayStation 5, and PC with a projected release window of 2025. The official description of the game says, lead the members of Expedition 33 on their quest to destroy the paintress so she can never paint death again. Explore a world of wonders inspired by Belle Epoque's France, and battle unique enemies in this turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics. Well, it's being made by Sandfall Games, which we haven't heard of before, but they are a studio based in Montpellier, and they're comprised of different talent from Ubisoft and more. They have a section on their website that shows the people involved in the game's development, as well as their favorite games. And interestingly, the art director lists the following games as his favorites: Dishonored, League of Legends, The Order 1866, and BioShock. And you can definitely see the inspiration or just a similar vibe from these games, in particular Order 1866, which we know got roasted on its release for its gameplay, but still to this day it is an insanely good looking game, especially considering it was released 9 years ago. It is actually crazy that the game didn't get a chance to improve in a sequel, and we would have loved that, but for now we have Expedition 33 to bring back this vibe. The real inspiration for Expedition 33's wondrous visual style though comes from an era of European history called Belle Epoque. At least I think that's how you say it, I'm not super good with French. But this is essentially a period of time that's heavily associated with France when the Eiffel Tower was built. Just like the art style, the story and the gameplay are quite unique too. The game's story revolves around stopping a villain called the Paintress, who wreaks havoc on the world by painting a number in the sky that causes all people of the age painted to just disintegrate. But let's take a closer look at the official description of the story on the game's website. Once a year, the Paintress wakes and paints upon her monolith. She paints her cursed number and everyone of that age turns to smoke and fades away. Year by year, the number ticks down and more of us are erased. Tomorrow, she'll wake up and paint 33, and tomorrow we will depart on our final mission, to destroy the Paintress so she can never paint death again. We are Expedition 33. This is a pretty cool and unique backdrop for a game, and it does set up some questions like why does she paint the numbers, how do these numbers work, and how powerful is she, considering she seems to just be able to Thanos snap a whole age group of people away just by painting. Having some intriguing questions like this and just overall being curious about the story and how everything works is essential to any good RPG, so hopefully they can pull this one off. For the gameplay though, as mentioned, this will be a turn-based RPG. It does look very similar to one of our all-time favorite JRPGs, Lost Odyssey. This is because the game uses a system called reactive turn-based. In Lost Odyssey, you would time your commands with a ring that would slowly overlap with another one in order to get perfect attacks for a bonus. It looks like for Expedition 33, they've expanded on this kind of system and introduced extra elements that can even allow you to do things like parrying. This is going to be very interesting and more involved, especially when it comes to some of the bigger boss battles. The press release for the game does give us a little more insight into this and how the game will actually work, as it says, in this evolution of JRPGs, real-time actions enhance the heart of turn-based combat. craft unique builds for your expeditioners that fit your playstyle via gear, stats, skills, and character synergies. Open an active dimension in combat, dodge, parry, and counter in real time, chain combos by mastering attack rhythms, and attack enemy weak points using a free aim system. If we take a closer look at the trailer and slow it down, we can see that the perfect timing system, instead of having the rings from Lost Odyssey, uses a diamond shape that you have to press the button within a time window, basically where the yellow bar is to get a perfect. Also, if we freeze frame the section, we can see all of the combat commands that we have available, and it looks like we'll be able to use items, skills, and attack, and free aim for enemy weak spots as mentioned in the press release. You can also see the turn order as well as the current status of party members, which of course is super important in RPGs, and you can see the command point gauge, which will allow you to execute skills. If we skip forward a little bit and then freeze frame here, you can see some of the skills that we get access to in the combat interface, which includes various abilities and their descriptions. You can do an overcharge with Y that is a single hit that says high lightning damage based on the amount of charges. Or you can do the Lumiere Assault, which is with X, to do a low physical damage attack that does 5 hits, and critical hits will generate 1 additional charge. So it looks like you build up charges with this to then unleash the overcharged attack, which does lightning damage. But there's also Marking Shot, which is a low lightning damage attack that applies Mark. And then next to these options, there are some additional abilities that say From Fire, Powerful, and Recovery. It's awesome to see that there will be a mix of physical and magical attacks, as it's always very cool to see the new abilities that you can get in a game. But there's actually some additional information about the characters and the main cast of the game from the press release. With only 1 year left to live, join Gustav, Mile, and their fellow expeditioners as they embark upon a desperate quest to break the Paintress's cycle of death. Follow the trail of previous expeditions and discover their fate. Get to know the members of Expedition 33 as they learn to work together against impossible odds. Well, Gustav is voiced by Ben Starr, which may sound familiar to you as he did voice Clive Rossfield in Final Fantasy XVI. We loved his work in that, so it's amazing to see him in another game. 26 actually got to meet him at a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth event, and 26 said he was a super nice guy, and they both bonded over their love of Final Fantasy VIII, so it's really cool to see actual gamers voicing game characters, and when they're just really nice in person, it's an overall win. So we really do hope the best for Ben Starr. All in all, the game does look amazing for its first showing, and we really can't wait to see more. We're very excited to see that this game will be releasing, as it seems that turn-based RPGs are a bit of a dying breed, and some of them are our favorite games of all time. Again, as a disclaimer, this is a brand new IP, and it's from a relatively new studio, so be cautious in your hype, as it is just a trailer, and it could all still go to pot. We need to wait until we can get hands-on time with it and actually play it and see what the gameplay's like. But one thing we haven't mentioned much about is how incredible the music is, so for those of you that want to see the full trailer with that glorious music, here it is, and let us know below what you're thinking of the game.
Product not yet rated.
Soon she'll wake and paint again. Paint a new number, ticking down every year. One stroke, and everyone of that age vanishes into nothingness. Every year she paints again, and every year an expedition departs for the continent with one hopeless mission: destroy the Paintress so she can never paint death again. We'll break the cycle so she can't steal anyone else's future.
This world is full of wonders.
Yet everywhere we go, we walk with death.
Do you mean we're the only ones left?
Even if we fail, we lay the trail for those who will come after. Right? We are Expedition 33.